A few days ago, while Steam was having their summer sale campaign, I thought I'd check out some games that have been slowly accumulating in my wishlist, and Planet Nomads is probably the oldest game in my wishlist that I've never had a chance to try out. From the store page, I can already see they have mixed reviews from 1700 users, and a third of them are negative. At that point, my curiosity overpowered my apprehension from the negative reviews, and I decided to dive into the game myself. And, well, the negative reviews were right. The biggest problem I have with this game is the visuals. They seem to lean towards a realistic look in their textures, but with the low poly models they're using for the scenery, it feels like something out of the game from the early 2000s. The environment lacks depth and volume, so instead of the exotic alien world that I expected from this game, what I got was something like a paper dollhouse. The construction blocks also look paper thin to me, even knowing they have frames inside. The finished product still looks like it's made from cardboard. Naturally, I entertained the idea that this poor visual is because of the graphic settings, so I cranked up the graphic quality to ultra, and this warning from the devs right here, it just broke my heart. Not only did they admit that the game is unoptimized on ultra, they straight up say they won't even try, and as it turns out, they weren't kidding. My FPS immediately took a nosedive as soon as I loaded the game back up, and frankly, not much has changed. Although the grass looks better from the distance because they're a lot more dense and thick, if you look down, they're still origami. Same thing with the rocks and trees, nothing really changed except the amount of grass being rendered. What's even worse is the underwater environment, or lack thereof. I'm not even sure how I can describe it, because there's nothing to describe. I just think it's funny that a planet with lots of plants and animals doesn't have fish. Maybe evolution on this planet started on land and has yet to reach water, but I digress, because the wildlife on land is also problematic. I have to admit that the models for the alien creatures are way better than the two-dimensional grass and trees. However, these life forms somehow don't look at home in the environment, almost as if the wildlife are added as a secondary feature or an afterthought instead of a core experience in a game. Or maybe I'm just salty because this blue lizard killed me with a green puke.
You've been poisoned. Physical condition critical. Body failure imminent. My sensors show you are slightly thirsty.
In the end, Planet Nomads was a disappointing experience for me, and it doesn't look like anything is going to change because the last update was in early 2021. So with more than 2 years without any updates or news from the developers, I think it's safe to say that this game has been abandoned, and I cannot wait to get a refund. This is Stein signing off.